Welcome back again, all my friends, to another episode of Automotive Drama. Like always, likes are nice, subscribes are better. Ring the bell if you want to watch more. Questions, comments. Yeah, I like to keep the preamble short. Alright, I got a little Porsche Carrera here. 911 Cabriolet. Nice little car, actually. This guy takes really, really good care of this thing. But it's running rich, and it's got a mass airflow sensor code. Well, it's also got O2 sensor codes, but the O2 sensor codes are beyond limit at idle, so it says, go check mass airflow. Now, I don't know if you saw the previous video I did when I was scoping the scanning the mass airflow sensor. He had a shop supervisor supervising. And it was really hesitant to respond. As I tapped the throttle, if you watch that video, it should have spiked. Now, these are the specs. Those are the specs for the mass airflow sensor, key on, engine off, 0.9 volts to 1.1 volts. And then engine running, 1.4 volts. Alright, measure signal, 1.4 volts engine running, 1.0 volts key on. So it's in spec. In fact, everything in spec. It's got sensor supply voltage, that's 12 volts, battery voltage, engine running, and key on. It's got a good ground, 5 volt reference, key on. It has that. I didn't check that while it was running, but I really shouldn't have to. And then I checked them, I unplugged it all, and that plug's really hard to get to. You got to get to it from underneath. You have to push on that thing. I actually had to use some pliers to get the clip to come loose. But, where was I? Oh. Now, that mass airflow sensor signal, key on, engine running, is dead on spec. I mean, dead on spec. Right in the middle on key on, engine running, and dead on spec, engine running. Or key on, engine off, dead spec, and engine running, dead spec. I'm going to put my oscilloscope on this signal to see if it's actually throwing a signal. And if it is, then I got to go to the module to see if the module is actually getting the signal coming in. Now, this guy said that he had a module problem. It was full of corrosion. It's cabriolet, when they put the modules on the floor, so they're guaranteed to get water in them. But I just wanted to show you where I was at with this, because what I'm looking at here, all the reference voltage. Now, again, I didn't put my oscilloscope on to measure signal. I have to go find somebody to help me so they can tap the throttle for me and I can check it, because I don't think my leads will be long enough to get over there. I might be able to do it by myself. But coming out of that sensor, mass airflow sensor, everything is to spec. I even checked it, unplugged it, and checked it first. Yes, there's the pins. As you can see, that's the reference wire right there. Now, if you ever have to come across wiring like this and you probe them, I use T-pins because they're real super tiny. And you have to poke a hole in that wire. Make sure you reseal it with some silicone or something like that, because they will start to corrode if they're exposed to air. They have that wire loom stuff. I just usually dab a little bit of silicone on them and seal them back up, and then they're good. Anyways, just wanted to show you where I was at with this one, and stay tuned, because I'm going to put my oscilloscope on this baby to make sure that signal is actually coming out of that sensor. And if it is, then I got to go to the module and check it. I mean, I could actually just use my voltmeter because it's giving me a voltage reference, but I prefer my oscilloscope because it actually reads the signal. And if it does have signal going to it, and it has a bad module, I'm leaning on the wiring, a connection, or the module. So stay tuned, and I will have more episodes on what actually fixes this baby. Alright, baby. Alright. Everybody have a good night, and stay tuned for more.